It's immense pleasure to start this auspicious event by heartily welcoming everyone. I welcome you all to the Aizawl Book Fair cum Literary Festival. I cordially welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Lieutenant General Nirbhay Sharma, Governor of Mizoram, and Honorable Chairman Mr. Moya, Director of School Education, Government of Mizoram, Honorable Guest of Honor, Mr. Vanal Ompui Chongtu, MLA, and all the other dignitaries in the dais, and everyone who gathered here for this function. First of all, to start the function, let us call upon the students of the Department of Mizo to present opening song. We thank you so much for the beautiful song. Now we'll move on to the next item, felicitations. First of all, let me request our program coordination chairman, Professor Letuang to facilitate our chief guest, Governor, His Excellency Governor. to facilitate. May I request Professor Lutwang Yanakyangte to remain standing? Our guest of honor, Ms. Vanal Ompui. And Mr. Mayang Surolia, Assistant Director, National Book Trust. Thank you, Professor Lutwang Yanakyangte. Now, let me request Dr. Ruth Leremrodi to facilitate another dignitaries. Professor Lutwang Yanakyangte, our chairman, organizing chairman, Mr. Laltho Moya, Director of School Education. Professor Lutwang Yanakyangte. For the last, P. Murliani, P.H. Murliani, Mel Murliani. She's a prominent writer, women novelist. And Mr. Ravindra Kumar. Thank you, Dr. Ruth Leremrodi. Now, let us call upon our chairman to present welcome address, Mr. Laltho Moya.
Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency the Governor of Mizoram, Honorable Guest of Honor, Ms. Vanal Ompui Chongpu, MLA and Chairperson, Mizoram Women Commission, Dr. Laltwang Yanakyangte, Professor and Head of Mizo Department, Mizoram University, and Program Director for this Aizawl Book Fair Come Literary Festival, Ms. Mayang Surolia, Assistant Director, National Book Trust of India, dignitaries, distinguished authors and poets, members of the press, and dear participants. It gives me great pleasure today to welcome you all to the Aizawl Book Fair, Come Literary Festival. I thank all of you for coming today to make our program successful. We are extremely grateful to our Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency, for accepting our invitation to grace the occasion and inaugurate the program. His Excellency has shown unmistakable concern for the welfare of the people of Mizoram and has initiated and done many things for the progress and development of the state since assuming charge in 2015. He knows as well as anybody our strengths and weaknesses, our aspirations and potentials, and has devoted himself to making our lives better. We all know that His Excellency is one of the finest, most distinguished, and most decorated commander in the Indian Army. But many of us may not know that he is also a great academician, research scholar, and writer. And there can be none more fitting to inaugurate our program today. Your Excellency, your gracious presence here with us today is a great source of inspiration for all of us. And I am sure it will have a great impact in promoting books and reading among the general population of Mizoram, especially the youth and the students, among whom there is a great need for revival of the art and the joy of reading books. I would also like to extend my appreciation and gratitude to our honorable guest of honor, Ms. Vanalong Puichongtu, who is the lone lady sitting MLA in our state. With her immaculate manners and conduct, her concern for the welfare of the people, especially women, children, and weaker sections of the society, her sincerity and hard work, she has earned the respect of the people and has well and truly become a role model for all of us. Madam, we are grateful and proud to be associated with you today, and your kind and gracious presence today will definitely go a very long way in our efforts to promote literature in Mizoram. I would also like to thank the National Book Trust of India for coming to Aizawl to organize this important event. They have not only brought valuable books at affordable prices at our doorstep, but will also revive our interest in reading. Their local partners, ably headed by Professor Lakdong Lenakiante, Program Director, also deserve special commendation for their endeavors and professional efficiency in organizing the event. I also thank all the publishers and booksellers, authors, poets, media, and all the participants, as well as the headmaster and staff of the government Mizo High School, Zarkawt Local Council, leaders of the public of Zarkawt locality, without whose cooperation and support this event would not have been possible. I hope all the efforts and resources spent in organizing the book fair and literary festival will achieve its desired objectives and will leave long-lasting benefits to the people of Mizoram. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your welcome address. Now we'll move on to the next item, solo. To present this item, let me request Mr. Lelun Sangte, a student of the Department of Mizoram University. Sangte, yeah. He's one of the contestants of LPS Youth Icon 2016 and he's top 5. Thank you, Mr. Sang Asante, for presenting a patriotic song, beautiful song. Now we'll move on to the next item. Let us request our Professor Ledwang Yanakyangte and Program Director of this function to present keynote address.
Good morning, everyone present. Good afternoon, everyone present. In Lom na chibai kabu masa chewa, wena local zong zong te in the in lon tu kahil cheoni. His Excellency, the Governor of Mizoram, Lieutenant General Nearby Sarma, is with us. And in our midst, we are happy to have him here, and in spite of all his busy schedule. And I also acknowledge and welcome Madam Vanlal Ompui Chongtu, the lady MLA, the only member, we know that, lady member in the House of 40 legislators, and she deserves the membership because of her role and contribution in the society. She is now the chairperson of the Mizoram Women Commission, and in fact, she represented all women wherever she moves. We are fortunate to have her to release the book on the life and works of Miss H. Langurliani, who is just sitting nearby, who is fully dedicated in her works as a missionary and a lady writer. The Director of School Education, Mr. Lautom Moya IAS, who is the chairman of this organizing committee, and also the chairperson here, the chairman in the inaugural function. And so I welcome him, and I say a big thank you to him for his role as a chairman. Two important officers are coming from National Book Trust, India, New Delhi. in the person of Mr. Mayank Sorolia and Ravindra Kumar. Now we are having here, and so I hope you recognize them. I'm so happy to have them this afternoon, because for the success of this program, we have been trying to organize for the last 3-4 years. We submitted so many papers and we sent proposals to them, but because of some problems that was delayed and delayed and delayed. Even now, even in the 11th hour, we still have some problems, but we hope to settle all those matters with NBT. The reason I say all this is that for the last 25 years, I have been involved in the activities of National Book Trust. And I have come across all those directors, like 4 or 5 directors in the person of Nirmal Kantapa Bhattacharya, Narendra Kumar Randua, and then Professor Bipin Chandra, Sumit Bhattacharya. I know all those people who are working NBT, Dr. Patnaik, Subarao, Deep Saikya, Mahapatra, and Vinny Kurian, and all other friends, because they are all my good friends. We could organize this kind of program only in 2006. After 11 years of pressure, we can have it this time again. Look at that. All this NBT program they are having everywhere in India. I know, to tell the fact. So we would like to have a same share by this beautiful state of Mizoram. I would like to say all this in the presence of the government. You know, in India, we are trying to become an Indians after 1986 agreement between India and our underground people. Now, after that, we are trying our level best to do all those things. But sometimes we have been sidelined. Not only that, among the Northeast states also, our share is, very meager. And sometimes we cannot avail even that. For that reason, we are trying our level best for the success of this particular program. This is so important because we want to attract writers, we want to improve poets from outside Mizoram and within Mizoram, outside Aizawl. Even now also we have invited to participate in the Poets Meet, poets from outside Aizawl, at least 10. And within Aizawl, at least 10. And we are proposing to have Meet the Author program, where we have selected 6 persons to be in the fray. So that will be a close interview with all those things. And apart from that interaction with them, we will have it tomorrow and day after tomorrow in the formal session. Because why are we doing all those things? Because this is so important. Our authors, our writers, they have to have that kind of test. And so let them have what they deserve. And also, we would like to have them exposed in the mainland country. And I would like to request the representatives of NBT even now also that in a bigger program, Northeast program or national program, writers of Mizoram and so poets from Mizoram deserve attention and recognition even in the national level. This is important. And this is a stepping stone for us. We need to promote. Why do I stand here? I have the mind to promote our writers, our academicians, poets, authors, so that they will be recognized by others in this big country like India. So, for that purpose, all these things are very important. Now we are happy to see book sellers from across the country. You know, I congratulate those who are trying to participate here in the book fair, because to come to Aizawl is not a job. It's very difficult. It's very tough. And so they may not have a good sale as well. Thinking that, knowing that fact, but they are still participating. And so from our side, we are informing all the departments of Mizoram University, and the information is sent to ICFI, and then all other, VET colleges, VET college, and all other higher institutions as well. And I wish they will just come and visit these stalls and try to find relevant books for the study. For their further studies, it will be important. And so I request, we are trying to publish even this local, this particular program in a local channel. When this is visible in the local channel, I want all people to come forward and avail this kind of facilities that is placed here in the ground. Aizawl ayan til poi mo tak tak ti har lea. National Book Trust som chuak tur ko hian na sa takin kan beya. Kum som le pakhat nuwa he program kan nei thei chau ani. Chawang chuan eng wangin nge kan writer te kan poet te hian national recognition hi an mulo bi kang le ti kan ril ru alian trina. Chawang chuan poet smith kan nei thei na tur te Meet the Author program kan nei thei na tur te symposium thatak kan nei thei na tur te hian thei patop kan chuan. Chawang chuan tu na po hian kan thom lo sia a chanchin bua te le local channel a te po lo the tu zong ten he high school tlanga helai mun bol mun kan ti mun masa Christian na po aronin tran na bon kan missionary te po anronin bun tran na muna nge hian he book fair hi kan han le ta he da tang hian ti hian darzau zel sela kan duani he muna tang hian le khabu tha te lo dar sela ten kan Mizo zinga te po mi tam takin le khabu tha tak tak kan ziak theya la tha tak tak te pon lo pho theya om ze nei thilan lo ti the ni ti kan za vai kan thria thi poi mo a chata tan swan institution zong te principal zong te headmaster zong te le mi poi mo ho zong te kan thom thria a helai muna hian tun kar niruk lo om tur chu nga hian le khabu tha te le ya helaya le khabu leiba ka nge ni le khaziak thiam te chanchin kan han zira kan han soi ho na huna te Mizo trong sim shrim poi mo zia kan soi ho na huna te hian lo tel turin kan yen chori. One thing I would like to emphasize this time is that His Excellency, the Governor, is really interested in the life and works of our writers. Not only that, he showed keen interest in Mizo culture, Mizo folklore. Last week, he visited different places of Dung Klang and Kobu and all other places. Knowing and seeing all those things, like the other day, I met him in Rasbavan, and we had a discussion about this as well. We the Mizos, in spite of all our limitations, we can go forward, we can move forward, and we can do something. And we must have a larger, bigger, more important role to play in our own country. In our own country, now in India. So, Mizo Department, Mizoram University, the only department in university, not only across the country, in the whole world, we are the only department. And so this Mizo department can do something. We can initiate something. And so this will go on, and knowing this fact and trying to develop Mizo language, literature, culture, and folklore. We the support of others, big dignitaries, important persons, officers, and all others. The book that Ms. Vanal Ompui is to release now, today is Zonu Par 1. That means, the meaning is, this is women empowerment matter. Our writers, our female writers, are writers, like a feminine, those who are having this feminine gender here. We don't have so many good writers in Mizoram. But my appeal and what we feel and what we like is that more and more will come up and write and try to represent the sentiments of women and the sentiment, and there will be a reinterpretation or rereading of the whole thing, culture, language, folklore, and literature. And so this is going to be quite crucial, quite important, so important for our future development. With these few words, I would like to close my keynote address. In my keynote address, once again, I would like to emphasize the importance of writers and authors. We are going to have that important program tomorrow, day after, like that. And so all are invited to join. Mizoram kan som du cewa. Kan mithiam tele kazia zirho na te kan lapua tiam te lapua han ngai kha ho na huna te yan mitam zo local turin kan nge cewani. All those who are busy for the program, I congratulate you. All those participants coming from outside Mizoram, I congratulate you for joining this important program. And I want all of you not to abstain, but to come again even tomorrow, day after, and also join some other important program during this 6-day literary festival. Because to organize this kind of program is extremely difficult. And so try to avail this opportunity and enjoy this literary festival and do the needful and help all those writers and poets so that they will be happy and then write something more. In the Vaya Chunga Lom Tu Kasay non lea, Abik Takin kan Governor Chunga Po Lom Tu kan saya, Hemiatana Ron Boy Pui Tu Zong Zong Te Chunga Lom Tu kan say. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. He's actually, truth to say, the very root of the Department of Mizoram University. Mizo Department Kung Pui Diktakania. Because of his efforts, we can have this book fair today. Thank you so much, sir. And moving on to the next item, let me request our guest of honor, Ms. Vanal Ompui to release the book entitled Zonu Par 1. Ms. Vanal Ompui, she will release this book, and after this book release, if she likes to have some speech, she can have her time.
Zonu Par page Bermudia Niziahi. Alo Tiartu Jansin Aputswa Dr. Letwang Yanakian Tezahi. Atiartu Zongzong Le, Atiartu Tena Anshi Tole, the Zongzong Tada, Chankaya Kanman Victina, Dom Patin Releaser. school chairman, His Excellency Governor of Mizoram, and other dignitaries, Program Director, Professor Dr. Tuang Yanakyangte, de Helaya, Mipoy mo tak local comte amasain, in Zavayin, Sibay Kaputiwa, Hele Kapu release Tura, Minsoma Banyan, Dom Tu, Kasoy Takzeta, Made Sansin, made China, Kanhan release, Alom Omles, Walin Kashia, Suvangin Voina, local Zong Zongtian, David Kamuti, Hagansom, Masatua, Tu Toite, and Soybekadua. National Book Trust, Government of Mizoram, the Mizoram University, Trangkopin, Hetiang Book Fair, and what's the Aloma, Nitsina Program Director in the Soyang Khan, Voina Book Fair, local Zong Te, all I take a local and Nilova, Hem Book Fair can make the Hikan Zapayin, Zoram Mipuitian, Ngai Luila, a torture to Mahutika, can some Saletsewa. Hele Kapuchar Poi Mozia can tin Lumatil can share dream. Can Cynthia cut iron Ziak on the Poimo Memaniti can Shevaka, Tunaya social media te Atzaktoa, a big the kin chum tartan can Manga say Mema, Hey Vanyan, Lekachar Lamapo can Kanyam Memani. Tutu Hayruan and Nilawa, social media can man junk Kairuan, Lekachar Lamahan, Taraganto, Amai, Chankarteyan, a big the kin. Rual uzo kan nule kan pa kan pile kan pute so an pe tang kwini tuna ron nula tang ba thar te hianin social media ba hian lekha chiari kan that chiain kan chiar tam lowa hi boina inji thar le in pui thar churin ka sha mizo nula le tang ba ten le kha chiar ching tharahu so yang kan sia ka om hi kan tin lunga achiang he ma in tam tak chung Siaka om chuanin routing ani kumenge mozat kalta iswa krista voinia kan lorin theina ko hin siaka til a om bangani chu wang chuanin voina siak lamatui mi te le chanem ngai taka thok tu te hi an pak omin ka sia abik takin voina kan program director professor dr ledwang yanakyang te hi an pak oma writers te le kasiak mi te min ti tui tu le enge min pu na min pe tu hetiang ang mi mizo pa kan han nei te mizo tan chuan van nei na ro pui tak ani tin hei voina in tek lama kan ho tu te po an lo kala mizo pi pu te til lui te ngai san na chang hi thang tar te hian kan sir a tu le me mani ni china kan na soi to kan gam nor zom tak pon King Laya, Dungla, Mate, Mizo, Mundui, Tam, Tak, Atotoni. Sutiang, Swan, Nam, Dam, Tepon, Min, Lutpui, Ruan, Mizo, Tian, Swan, in Ngai Sang, Zwal, Tu, Kani, Mizo, the Pay, Swan, Kan Ngai Sang, Zwal, Turani. Nam, Dam, Ten, Min, Lutpui, Nabaka, Yan, in Kemani, Zokina, Kan Ngai Poi, Molava, Kan Lut, Lau, Swan, in Kan Nambura, the Turkong, Pakatan, in Suva, Swan, Nam, no, Pongte, Kania, Kan Nam, Rolute, Hum, Hale, Joy kan moti lati kan sabaya kan tumtur ni bokin kasya nam cham ka piangin ziak le chiar an ngai na an ngai sanga chaina te le nam ro pui tak tak ram ro pui tak tak ten tun ma changin ziakin an nam le an ram le an nam ro lu te an da china chutiang chuan mizo po hi kan thang har thar bea ziak le chiar lama hianin voina chang hian kan zabain thar tholiang muti kha kan soi le du buka tin ziak mi te na min zia tampui ula kan du chu a soi na platform ani lo mai theya MZP ang ten wai me ang ten kan pe me mani mani nam pui nge nu pui pasal le ang uti hi platform kan soi mai pya lama hian tu mo pur na big ma ani lawa kan zabaya mo purna niya voina university zilai zong te pon chia wala lupui pasal ne huna ma ni mizo pui nge ne amuti kha kan som du chewa ram danga khobe ram danga po kalula mizo aya me tha hin om chuang lo ani nam dang ngai san kan ti na chani kan tai mak tok lo wang te ti tak taka na kan tho chin lo wang te ani an lo thin na te po rin om na te tai mak na te ti tak zeta an kal no kung an kal china wangan nam dang hi ro puya kan ngai mai chi na ni Mizo tuka nam me tha hi kanom chuang lo kan complexion ko hi amoi tok chau ti hi kan ka ba in shethaila chu ba chuan hei thil pakhat veiom kan ti le deuh chu soi tui ta ka chuan vai pasal nei te nupui nei te kan ngai ne me ma mà sẽ sắp này cái kan ngai ne phal le mi si lo ti Mizo lo le ni chu ba chuan nam dang shim nupui pasal nei lo tu ya ziak mi te po ya in zia na kong lama keinin soi mi in kan soi na konga kan chan the na konga kan chang a ziak mi te po ya nei ziak ta mang mu ti kha kan som du bok cheu ni vein mun lo om tak te he book fair te him ta ka mang turin ka du sak chewa tin book fair te kan zo ha ya changka ta ka kan man thei nan du sak na ka lan bok cheu ni he ka lo me.
Thank you so much, Miss Madam Andri Chongtu. Okay, now we'll have the next item, solo, to be presented by Miss F. Lerem Siabi Siamtei, student of the Department of Mizoram University. Thank you so much, Miss Eflerem Siami, for giving us a very beautiful song. Now, may I request Mr. Mayang Surolia, Assistant Director, National Book Trust, to present official address.
Good afternoon to everybody here. Respected His Excellency, Governor of Mizoram, other important dignitaries on our dais, members from the press, media, exhibitors, publishers, and dear friends. First of all, I would like to tell you all about National Book Trust India. NBT is an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. Established in 1957, NBT has been founded to promote books and reading habit in the country. NBT publishes good quality books in all Indian languages besides English and for all age groups across a wide range of subjects, including books for children, cutting-edge technology, fiction, non-fiction, as well as books for new literate. To promote books and reading in the country, NBT organizes book fairs, book exhibition, mobile van exhibition, Pustak Parikrama. We normally provide subsidy, also grants to different NGOs for organizing book exhibition at local level, through which books can be promoted across the length and breadth of the country and in various regions. NBT also organizes a New Delhi World Book Fair, which attracts exhibitors from across India and all over the world, with a record of over 1 million visitors annually. We at NBT is an endeavor bringing books and readers together under one roof and to develop the book culture in India. We are having working very hard to achieve this goal for the society and for our country as a whole. In furtherance to pursuing this goal, NBT has organized this Aizawl book fair in collaboration with Mizoram University and with the support of District Administration, Government of Mizoram. About 25 publishers, exhibitors, booksellers from all over India are participating in this book fair. Spread over 50 stalls, this book fair has books for all age groups on a wide range of subjects in English and other Indian languages. Entry to this book fair is free and minimum 10% discount is allowed on the sale of all books. The book fair cum literary festival will also showcase a range of programs like Meet Authors and Poet Meet, including a symposium on Mizo languages and a quiz competition. I'm hopeful that the young generation of Aizawl and all of Mizoram as well as a book lover of all ages will visit the book fair in large number and will definitely get benefit from it. And regarding Mr. Kyante had told us, we normally hold lots of book fairs around this country, around 12 in a year, and normally we hold 3 to 4 book fairs in northeastern region. So that's the region little delay is there in for doing this book fair in Aizawl. And whatever he has told us, we will take care of it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayang Surolia. Okay, now we'll move on to the next item. May I request our chief guest, His Excellency, Lieutenant General Nirbhay Sharma, to release the book entitled Folk Tales of Mizoram. And while he's releasing this book, I would like to request all the dignitaries in the dais to stand up from their seats. Thank you so much. And all the other dignitaries, you may take your seat. And our chief guest, His Excellency Lieutenant General Nirbhay Sharma, to give a speech. May I request him to give a speech?
Chibai, ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely happy to be here. I'm glad that I'm sharing the stage here with P. Ballalampui Chongchu MLA, Chairperson of Mizoram State Commission for Women, Mr. Lalthambaya IAS Director of School Education, Government of Mizoram, Mr. Mayank Surolia, Assistant Director Exhibition, NBT, Mr. Ravindra Kumar, National Book Trust, and of course, Professor Lalthulagya Shante, my friend, Head of Mizo Department and ZU. And some of the students who are here, and through you, I'd like to say a few things to all my beloved citizens of Mizoram, particularly the young students. The book fair or any literary activity which takes place is something which is very significant. And books, as Marcus Cicero once said, a room without books is like a body without a soul. Books play a very important role in shaping our minds and in the development of any society. In Mizoram, we are fortunate that our literacy rate is one of the highest in the country. And therefore, I need not emphasize the value of books and the value of reading books and of literature. Because it is through these books that we identify ourselves, we identify our culture, and also it is something which then moves on and for others to also understand us. NBT, National Book Trust, has a long history. It was started way back, if I recall, when Pandit Nehru was our Prime Minister. And thereafter it has come a long way. And I'm glad to learn that it is conducting a large number of exhibitions, seminars, and promoting books and literature in our country. While I share the sentiments of my friends from Mizoram as to why NBT has come here so late and why it couldn't come earlier, I want to leave a few thoughts in this regard, both to my people of Mizoram and also to the National Book Trust and the others. You see, books or a language is a means of communication. It is through books that in a particular language we communicate our ideas, our thoughts, and our culture. And it is an exchange of these which results in the overall growth of body and mind. Mizoram is in some ways, in terms of its geography, is an outpost as far as India is concerned, but it is a very significant outpost We border Bangladesh on one side, Myanmar on the other side, and we have all that it takes to become a gateway. And in time to come, this is how it will happen. We will be a gateway, and to become a gateway, we have to connect ourselves, connectivity. And connectivity is not only of road, rail, air, waterways, or digital connectivity for that matter. Connectivity in terms of our culture, in terms of our language, so that we can understand each other. It's only then that we will be moving forward and we will become a launch pad for growth and development. What role can books play in this? I was aware of the high literacy rate of our state, but I wasn't aware of the rich literature that Mizoram has. And two reasons for this. One is that I don't know the language, and therefore there are many good things which are written there which I can't figure out, which I can't understand. And the other thing is that when we are talking about being understood and being recognized, what Mahatma Gandhi said is something very relevant, that we need to open our windows. We need to open our windows for the fresh air and the ideas to come in, yet at the same time we shouldn't be swept off our feet. Our own culture, our own pride must be deeply implanted. I was very happy to listen to these songs which are sung. I always felt that people in the hills have ear for music. But amongst all and I've had the opportunity to spend time in most of our hill states, I found that here in Mizoram, we have tremendous talent in music, but it is totally understated. It hasn't gone beyond the state in a big way. The kind of, not only the quality of music, but the language, the songs, which display Mizo pride, which display a sense of fellow being amongst the Mizos, is something which is worth emulating. But why am I saying all this? I am saying all this, and I feel that through these book fairs where you have books of all the languages of many places, we are trying to learn from each other. Now, if Mizoram has to be understood and known by others, my suggestion would be that we translate some of our books which are in Mizo language in English and also in Hindi. Because it is only through these two languages that we'll be able to communicate our culture far away into the mainland of India and even beyond. And likewise, some of these books which are written in English and Hindi and other languages need to be translated into Mizo language so that we understand that. So this exchange is required. And I think, apart from whatever else, I would suggest that the NVT should look at this particular aspect very seriously, because it will play a very big role towards our national integration and towards understanding each other. And more so in the Northeast, where we are now looking at Northeast in a very, very proactive manner as a part of the Prime Minister's Act East policy. So this is one thing which I want to leave behind. I think the next few days, almost a week here, will be very, very useful, very, very interesting, especially for those who are fond of literature, fond of reading, and apart from that, people will come here and meet and make friends as well. I was just inquiring whether we have moved ahead in terms of our e-learning or e-library. I think this is another area where we as a state, Mizoram University and also NBT could look at putting some of these books in Mizo language and vice versa, so that it is possible to read them without collecting a book. This morning when I got up and I was aware that it was raining last night, and I thought of this function. I think the rain, although would have created certain amount of disruption or dislocation here, it's very auspicious. It augurs well. I think the rain gods have also blessed you all, and I think the function and this event will go very well. And I must compliment all those who've been involved in this. It requires a lot of effort and commitment. And more than that, labor of love. And I think with that in mind, the way you people have worked out the entire program, I think there is going to be a very rich fare. I wouldn't like to say anything more except to convey that these events, they may not be very high profile in terms of visibility, but I think play a very big role. And I would like us to take home this and look at this activity with the overall aim of promoting culture and exchange of ideas and language in a very comprehensive manner, in a multi-pronged way. Make use of radio, television, electronic, other forms of media, so that this is carried on all these platforms and we get a lot of benefit out of it. That's all that I wanted to say. Once again, I must convey that I'm extremely happy to be here. And in conclusion, may I quote something by Barbara Rushman. And I quote, "Books are the carriers of civilization. Without books, history is silent, literature dumb, science crippled, thought and speculation at a standstill. Without books, the development of civilization would have been impossible. They are the engines of change, windows on the world, and lighthouses erected in the sea of time. They are companions, teachers, magicians, bankers of the treasures of the mind. Books are humanity in print." Unquote. Once again, compliments to all the organizers, NBT, and to all of you, and through you, wish you a very happy reading of the books and an activity which will go on from here. Thank you. Jai Hind. Kalome.
Thank you so much, sir. We feel honored to have you here with us, and we thank you so much for managing your time to be here with us despite your busy schedule. Thank you so much. Now we'll move on to the last item. May I request Dr. Rudler Mruati to present a vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Lieutenant General Nirva Sharma, Honorable Guest of Honor Fivanul Ompui, and respected Chairman and all the dignitaries in the dais, and dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, students who have come here to witness this function. I am deeply privileged to be able to propose this vote of thanks this afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank our chief guest for sparing his valuable times with us here today. Sir, in your speech you have quoted that room without books is like a body without a soul. So likewise, I would say this function without you would have been like a room without a book. So likewise, your presence has meant so much to us. Thank you, sir. I greatly thank Ms. Vanal Ompui, the chairman, Mizoram Women Commission, for being with us here today, and also not only that, for that inspiring speech which she have said. And then I hope that all those in the speech will be a motivation for the young students who are still unmarried. I have married a Mizo man, so I have followed your thing, but then there are lots of young fellows here. I hope that they will be motivated by that. Thank you for the speech. And then I extend a great appreciation to our chairman here today, Mr. Liltom Moya, IAS, the Director of School Education. He is not only the chairman of this function, he is also the chairman of the whole organizing committee as well. So thank you, sir, for all the involvement you have contributed for the success of this, not only the function, the whole this book fair. Thank you very much, sir. And I express a sincere gratitude to Professor Laltuang Liana Kyangte. We know that he is the all-in-all person for this whole success. So, sir, today I thank you for your all-round involvement and willingness for the success of this book fair. And a big thank you to Pingulan Murliani, who is a prominent novelist. Among the Mizo, he is one of the most prominent novelists. So we thank you for all the works you have written. Please continue to do so that we would have more books to be released on such function like this. Thank you very much. And also I must acknowledge our gratitude to the National Book Trust, without whose contributions and without whose this thing, we cannot have this kind of function. So we have here Mr. Surolia and Mr. Ravindra Kumar and their whole team. We thank you for this whole arrangement. We thank you very much. And also we cannot overlook those who have enlightened this function with their beautiful voices. We have the Mizo Department Choir, their beautiful song. And also I would like to extend the soloists, Sangte and Siamte, for their making the function very melodious. Thank you very much. I also thank all the special invitees who have come here and give great importance to spare your time in this function. Thank you very much. And also I would like to apologize that we have some inconveniences and we have started a little bit late. So we have shifted the time for the inconvenience. I also apologize for that. We are really sorry. It is beyond our power, so we cannot control that. So thank you very much for making your presence in this function. And I extend a sincere appreciation to all the media people, the press people who are here today for the whole coverage you have done. We have the Mizoram University Media Cell also with us. We thank you very much. And also I thank the headmaster of this Mizo High School for his moral support, as well as for giving us this permission to use this high school field. We thank you very much. And also I thank the local council member and YMA of Zarkawt. They were here before, and not only that, for their moral support, that we are doing some great events in their locality, and we thank them very much for the moral support they have given. I also thank all the bookstall who have participated here during this book fair. I wish them all the best too, and then we will have a very wonderful time with them. And also, the last but not the least, I want to thank the Almighty God who have been blessing us with health and for His guidance for the success of this whole program. Thank you very much. And, okay, you can clap. The vote of thanks part is over. But one more thing, the NBT, National Book Trust, have requested me, given the one request that they want to give a small token of appreciation to the dignitaries on the dais. So they will be giving books. And sir, I would like to say that today we don't have any bouquet or any wonderful gift to give you. This is a book fair, and we are not giving you a gold and silver, some worthy thing. But what what we really valued in this function is a book. That is why we have been giving you books and books and books. So it's a treasure that it will last a lifetime. Sorry. So now may I request the dignitaries to rise from their seats so I can hand them the book from NBT.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruud Lerembrody, Assistant Professor, Department of Mizoram University. Now the function is over, and all the dignitaries in the dais and the special invited, please be seated on. Please remain be seated. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Now we'll have a closing of this function. Let us all rise from our seats, and then the national anthem will be played.
Jai Jai